Hi, this is your boy Jarvis Buckholz, the teacher talker, and I'm back with another video. In this particular video, we're going to focus on another fun at home activity that you guys can do with your kids, and it involves playing cards. If you're like me, I'm quite sure you have some playing cards laying around because I love to play spades, love to play tonk, sometimes goldfish, I declare war, depends on how bored you are because that game going on forever. But if you got some cards laying around the house, in the car, in your backpack, or even if you don't, just go to the store, only like $1 and grab a pack for it to do this activity with your kids. Now, this particular activity, you won't need the kings, the queens, the jacks, or the jokers. You can take them out, toss them to the side, but keep those because you know you're gonna be playing spades later on. So, this particular activity is used to help build math fluency. Like I stated earlier, I'm big on being culturally relevant. As you guys see, I'm gonna talk with my hands on the side. Y'all don't have a problem with that, so I'm gonna try to hide my hand. But this particular activity involves building math fluency when it comes to addition. And you can somewhat use it for subtraction as well. And if you don't have any cards around the house, you can use dice or you can use dominoes as well. And I'll show you guys how to use dice and dominoes in a later video, because I'm quite sure some of you guys like to shoot crap depending on where you grew up at. But that's, you know, I'm gonna mind my business. And so yeah, I'll show you guys in a later video how to use dice in the dominoes to build math fluency. So it depends on the grade level of your child, but you can use this activity for basically K through third. It's a big activity to help build fluency when it comes to adding and when it comes to subtracting. Basically, you can start out using a base 5 or a base 10, because if you have a kindergarten or first grade, they're learning about building on with 10s. They're learning about building on from 5. So this is a good way. So you would flip, you know, your 5 or 10 over. And what you would do is you would have them, so you can set also with this activity, you can set a timer, give them a certain amount of minutes to do a certain amount of problems, or just give them a set number of problems to do from pulling it. So what they'll do, you set your base 10, you set your base 5, and they'll pull a card. And this particular number is 5, so it'll be 10 plus 5. They're supposed to know that's 15. For my lower level kids, they can, you know, count the diamonds on there. But for my higher level kids, they're automatically supposed to know 10 plus 5, add on 10, add on 5 from 10, boom, 15. Next one, pull 2. 5 plus 2 equals 7. My lower level kids, as I said, they can count how many they have in all. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Boom. You can swipe these two out and pull some more. 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 4, 14. And what you can do, you can have them to call it out or yell out the number. But also, if you want to add an extra step, when they write it down, they can write it down on the side, creating an equation, a number sentence, you know, an answer, and a number bond. And it should look something like this for these two. I already have them ready. So it will be 10 plus 5 equals 15. 15 is my whole number. 10 and 5 are my parts, so my part equals my whole. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 7, break it down to 5 plus 2. My number bond, part, I get my whole. And like I said, you can keep on doing it like that on base 5 and base 10, or you can either swap out all of them and you can do a whole nother set. So 3 plus 4 equals 7. 6 plus 5 equals 11. You can have them write it down, or you can just swipe it out, go on again, and so on and so on. Now, for my older level kids, like 4th grade and 5th grade, even somewhat 3rd grade, because you started learning multiplication 3rd grade, you can use this as multiplication. 5, you know, 5 times 6, that's 30. You can have them work it out on another sheet of paper, or if we're building fluency, you're supposed to already know that. You can set a timer, give them like 1 minute to see how many they can do, so they swipe that out, pull 2 more. 3 times 10, that's 30. Swipe it out, keep on going and going, and when they're done, if they beat the timer, just reshuffle the cards and start all over again. But like I said, this activity is used to help build fluency, and it's something somewhat engaging, because like I'm big on engagement in my classroom, and just with me in general when it comes to learning. If it's nothing that's like can just captivate my attention, I tend to get a little bit bored. And if I see when the teacher has done something that, you know, that's culturally relevant, like I said, I grew up, we had cards in our family. And it's kind of, you know, we kind of build relationships centered around playing spades and stuff like that. So I'm quite sure a lot of kids, especially in you know, the urban areas, are familiar with cards, or they're familiar with seeing dice, they're familiar with seeing dominoes, because what family function that doesn't have, you know, doesn't have those type of activities. So making sure that you guys, you know, keep it fun. Like I said, keep it fun. I know that we're at home doing virtual learning now, but these kids, these are some skills that they can get extra at bats at home, because, you know, virtual learning can somewhat be draining because it's just the screen, they're there all day. So put out, you know, help your kid at home build fluency when it comes to math. And that pretty much sums up this video and this segment of fun at home. If you have any questions, drop down in the comment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and, you know, let me know if you have any other ideas or questions, and I'll get back with you with another video later on.